Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Pallav from nothingwire.com, and today we're going to do a full review of the latest Gionee Elife S Plus. Now, we already did an extensive unboxing of this device, so I'm not going to go and tell you everything about the box, but I'm going to quickly show you the content. That's the MRP 17.5 or 17,700 rather, but you would get it for slightly cheaper online. And we have the dark blue version. I guess you also get the black and white version and some of the quick specs around here. So this guy has a 5.5-inch screen, HD resolution, 13 plus 5 MP cameras, about 7.5 mm thickness, 159 grams, 3150 mAh battery, and octa-core 1.3 gigahertz processor, 3 GB of RAM. So that's the device. It's all plastic, has a nice texture there. We'll come back to the device in just a bit. Here you have some paperwork like this quick start guide and a warranty card, and then we have some free goodies, screen guard, and then we have a TPU transparent back protective cover, and then that's the battery, the 3150 mAh battery. Here we have something that you would not see at this price point too often. Is that a USB-C type cable, and then we have a 2 ampere round pin wall adapter, and finally a very nicely kept earphones. So these are in-ear noise cancelling type, looks pretty premium. Yeah, we have a silver plated audio jack there, and they do not they have the call control and mic out there. No volume control though. So that's the content of the box. So that's the S Plus. It's all plastic, it feels plasticky, but despite of being a 5.5-inch device, it's relatively large but fits nicely into hand. And because it's not metal, the weight is kept to a reasonable 159 grams. You have that 5.5-inch screen. It's very good glossy. Both the front and back side will attract a lot of fingerprints, and they won't go away. HD resolution, 5 MP camera, no flash there, your shortcut keys, nothing much here. There is a nice, I would say, aluminum ring separating the sides here. You can see what a nice matte finish on the sides. And then you have your buttons, all plastic. And that's one distinctive feature of this mobile. You have a USB-C type adapter there, your mouthpiece, and then your 3.5mm jack. And there's a 13 MP camera and the LED flash, and here is the speaker grill. So you can open the back flap. There is no visible hold. You can just use the USB-C type, and as usual, not very rigid. And then you have the battery slot where your 3150 mAh battery would go, and then SIM 1 and SIM 2 and micro SD card. What's good thing is that to be able to remove or add the SIM 2 or the micro SD card, you do not need to remove the battery. That's a very good touch, because generally many people have SIM 2 that should be hot swappable. So that's the device. Nothing triumphant design wise, but it's mainly if you like a C-type port here. So there's the 5.5-inch HD resolution display. The display looks bright enough, also relatively crisp, but not of course as crisp as a full HD resolution, and still that's on a 5.5-inch screen, so all the less. But I'll tell you what, frankly, for day-to-day life, for everyday usage, I absolutely have no problem with an HD resolution. In fact, I think I might like an HD resolution over a full HD resolution. The full HD resolution is an eye candy. An HD resolution is always the more practical one, because the display is the one that eats up the battery life the most. And I'll tell you what, frankly, you might see slight difference while watching your photos and all, and specifically when you're looking at the display from very close. But in general, you won't see much difference from a HD to a full HD, and that difference is even less when you go up to 2K and then now 4K screens. But as you move up the resolution, they eat up more and more battery life. What really matters here is what maximum resolution of video can it capture or play. So that's obviously is in a full HD. So an HD resolution screen is perfectly fine. it's just a matter of, it's just a matter of that now full HD is more prevalent, so you would want a full HD always on your phone at least. But if you see the practicality, HD resolution is no problem at all, and it runs Amigo 3.1 UI on top of Android Lollipop. So you can go to settings and you can see 5.1 out there, and then there are some of the other settings about the advanced settings where you can go to see storage. I can see out of 16 GB, yeah, free 7.78 GB, but that's because we have some of the content, but you get roughly about 10 GB, I guess. And I'll just switch this on. Let's see how much RAM it uses out of 3 GB. You see 2.1 GB of RAM is still free. That's incredible. Only 900 MB is still in use. So Amigo 3.1 UI does not have a dedicated app drawer. You have lots of tools around it, lots and lots of apps. That's something I do not like, but you can go ahead and uninstall these third-party apps. That's a good thing. Some of the other third-party apps, again, you can go on and uninstall, and the usual Google Android apps out there. Let's go and check out the camera straight away. So there you go, acquires the focus quite fast and relatively fast buffer meaning how quickly you can take your next photo. And then you have some quick settings around here. That's for the front camera, like just a tad bit you can see there, but the 5MP front camera is really bright. Good. You have your flash settings there, yeah, and then you have some of the other shooting modes like professional and panorama and HDR and magic focus and whatnot. And then you can go to video, and it cuts the sensor into a 16:9 aspect ratio. And those are some of the other settings. You can see it can record in full HD, of course, and in still. You can go ahead and you can check out that. In 4:3 aspect ratio, you can go to the maximum resolution, but if you want to record widescreen, you have to come down to 10 MP. So you check the image and video quality. They are decent, more than decent, I would say. Gionee has been employing some good cameras of late, and the saturation and hue are, well, towards the natural side, except at times the green and red kind of go slightly overhued. Under enough light you get decent amount of detail, but under low light the details drop drastically. I would say overall for the price point the camera is very, very decent, even the video recording. The speaker output is loud enough. You also have that adequate amount of bass, but whenever you keep the device on a flat surface, the sound output gets obstructed big time. You can also go ahead and check out the equalizer here. Just by tapping this, I'll take you to a new app called Equalizer, which has your DTS effects and some of the other presets over there. You can see you can quickly change to heavy metal or rock or jazz, or you can go and manually change your equalizer. But overall, decent sound output, nothing much to write home about. The video experience is very pleasant. The screen has great viewing angle, you can see. And the DTS technology enhances the sound quite a bit. So the surround and the 3D sound gets enhanced. Overall, the user interface did not give us much lag, except when we have lots and lots of apps in the background. But the 3 GB RAM is very well utilized. So overall, for daily usage, you won't see any lag and the user interface is generally very smooth. I would go ahead and I would uninstall all these third-party unnecessary apps that I do not need and install those that I need from the Play Store, of course. We did some benchmark testing, some gameplay and battery testing. It gave us about 10 hours of battery life, which for a 3150 mAh battery is okay, but nothing very exciting. In our benchmark scores, it did score below average, but not too lowly. Gameplay was fine, but it lagged a tad bit in some of the demanding games like Modern Combat 5 or so. So then, should you go ahead and get the Gionee Elife S Plus? At this price point, there are many very good phones. You have the OnePlus X, you have the Xiaomi phones, you also have very good Micromax's phone, the E7 also, which is again a very good phone from Samsung. Also the 5S, which many people are buying these days from Apple, comes about 3x or 3k or 4k Indian rupees more expensive than this. So it's a very fiercely fought market at this price point. I would say if you like a C type port, basically because it's much faster than your USB 2.0, or you're already into a Nexus device, or maybe OnePlus 2, or in an ecosystem where you use USB-C type port, then this guy makes sense immediately. But even otherwise, well, I do not like the design and build quality of this, but even the sound output. But more or less, I would say the whole phone as a whole unit makes good sense at a 17,500. The screen is great despite of being an HD screen, and the movie playing and gameplay are relatively good, does not heat up much. But well, whether this stands out above the competition will depend on how badly you want a USB-C type port, basically. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this, and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel and share this video to share the love. Thank you.